How do? What a beautiful day. I have no time whatsoever for people who hurt children or women. None. I'm not tolerant at all. Mick Philpott. 3 parts this. Who he is, what's happened to him, and his co-defendant, Paul Mosley, best mate. So, Philpott, in case you don't know who he is, one of these sort of no use to anyone, nothing, gives nothing to society type people, a proper scrounger. Had a partner and a missus, kids with both, shared both with his best mate, Paul Mosley. At some point he decided, in order to maybe get back at his partner for whatever reason, yeah, maybe get another house out of it or something similar, he would set fire to a house with kids in it. Kids in it. I don't think the words evil and hateful are even strong enough for this creature. Yeah, 6 bairns, God bless, died. No words. So he's sentenced. Not enough. I think it was manslaughter or something. Got a record 17 years there or thereabouts. Like I said, even a rope is not good enough for this creature. So he's in Monster Mansion. Some confusion in the press. Yeah, Monster Mansion is and always will be HMP Wakefield, West Yorkshire, not Frankland. Yep, there's monsters in every prison, but Wakefield, yeah, a special place for them that hurt women and children. You know, the high-profile police who did absolutely evil things and the like. So he's there, Philpott. Most trouble he's had since he was sentenced, there or thereabouts. Somebody's battered him, a youngster. Don't matter who's battered him, I don't care, me. Could be an old age pensioner. Battered him with a container, possibly a flask. Come up behind him and give it him. Proper street justice. See, in Monster Mansion, there are some absolute wrong-uns. Pure evil, nasty, horrible people, but they make judgments. You know, so I might be in because I've done something to a woman. However, you've killed 6 children. Or maybe, you're just a dick. If he's anything like Paul Mosley, his mate, I'm thinking he should get battered every single day. Like I say, I'll talk about that horrible creature after. Yeah, so he's been done in. Yeah, hopefully the rest of his sentence he will live out in fear. Quite seriously, no place on earth for people like him. He was treated in the prison hospital. It's not a hospital like you'd imagine, a wing where they have facilities, nursing staff and the like, but not serious enough to go to outside hospital, because you won't want him in your hospital, would you? What a creature. Might attract some attention as well. Anyway, the officers were on hand, hopefully not too quick, and they saved him. Like I say, lumps and bumps, and hopefully living in fear from now on. Yeah, just what a creature. Street justice. But like I say, not enough. Now, like I say, how do you decide? Evil, hateful, set a house on fire? But what about if you're the best mate? Yeah, because I met that creature, Mosley. Let me tell you now, I was very, very tolerant as a prison officer. When he used to get put on a VP wing, you know, vulnerable prisoners, them who pick on the vulnerable in society, but are deemed vulnerable themselves once they go into prison, I just mind my own business. There were 1 or 2 staff on there I knew, and maybe chat to them, and some lads on there I knew. OPs. You know, imagine you're a gang member in Strangeways, a lone gang member. Jail's full of your opposition. You might end up on OP, own protection. You sign a compact and you're on the VP wing. I don't think I could have done that, but you don't know. You don't know. Anyway, My point is, I didn't go out of my way to talk to anyone. So I'm on this shift. I'm talking to a lad, one of these OPs, who's a wing cleaner. This thing butts into the conversation, full of himself, long hair tied back in a ponytail. Yeah, instant dislike. I could have smashed him to bits myself, and I mean that. Just like I'm there now, I could have smashed him to bits. I looked at the lad I was talking to. I said, will you kindly tell him to go away, please? Probably didn't say it politely. He said, I suggest you go away. Yeah? He's still there, rabbiting. I went into the office, my mate's in there. God bless him, he's no longer with us. Mr. Haig. I says, who's that? He tells me, Paul Mosley, Philpott's mate. 6 children. I don't even want to imagine it. Burnt to death in a fire. He should have been walking round him with his head on the floor. Yeah, within himself. How do you live with yourself? But no, he's full of beans, him. He's loving himself, bouncing around the wing, sticking his nose in everything. I went back out on the landing because that's where I need to be. It looked like he was going to make a beeline for me again. Cleaner, no uncertain terms. Tell that thing to keep away from me. You look at him, you know, Philpott, hateful, beyond hateful, you know, pure evil. Setting house on fire with your own kids in it to get back at a partner. But the best mate, you know, he shared his missus, by all accounts. Shared his missus, his ex-partner, menage a trois, whatever was going on. I don't honestly care about that. But you, what? You know, I'm going to set a house on fire. Do you fancy coming along? Yeah, I've got this idea. Maybe we'll get a new house, a bigger house, something like that. Fancy coming along? Absolute monster. He's out, him. I'm going to have a look when I get home what exactly he served. Like I said, Philpott with a flask on the landing, monster mansion, proper street justice. And I'm all for that, me. Yeah, and beyond. Like I said, he's never coming back, but a rope wouldn't have been good enough. Thanks for your continued support. I mean that sincerely. Positive channel, positive comments. Liam Tuff's podcast. I've recently went on and we had a good chat. Go over and have a look if you haven't already. Ah, Brian! Come here! What's this? Yeah, been as ever at 10 months. He is a beautiful boy. These things, you know, these lovely creatures that you see before you, therapist, best mate, keep you level-headed, comforting. Can't say enough about our animals. And I know they mean a lot to other people. Thanks for coming. Again, God bless you all. Them poor kids. Brian, come here. Al City.